Welcome back, everyone, to another Deep Dive Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because, well, we're tackling one of the most massive fundamental shifts the digital world has seen in decades. It's 2026, and the way people search for information, it's completely transformed. It's literally a totally different world out there. If you manage a website, write content, or care even a little bit about your digital visibility, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're decoding the 2026 Search Survival Guide and unpacking a revolutionary concept called Hybrid Engine Optimization. Here is our survival guide agenda for today. We're going to uncover the missing traffic mystery, look at the rise of answer engines, define HEO and its three pillars, and then equip you with a totally new content playbook and metrics for success. Okay, let's dive right into this.
Part 1. The Missing Traffic Mystery. Across the entire digital landscape right now, marketers and business owners are staring at their analytics dashboards, kind of terrified, asking one question: where did all my traffic go? I mean, seriously, you did everything right. Your technical foundation is flawless, you built the backlinks, and your pages are literally still sitting right there at the top of Google. Your rankings haven't budged, but suddenly those top-ranking pages are just gathering dust. The organic traffic is completely plummeting. It feels like someone just reached over and shut off the faucet, doesn't it?
Well, here is the staggering reality behind that mystery. An absolutely astonishing 65% of all Google searches now end without a single click. Zero. Let that sink in for a second. We have officially entered the era where the vast majority of users get exactly what they need directly from the search results page itself. The old days of relying purely on traditional click-throughs from those 10 blue links, yeah, they are effectively over.
Part 2. The Rise of Answer Engines. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what is eating all of those clicks. It's generative AI. Things like ChatGPT and Google's AI overviews. Even when you win the traditional ranking game today, you're still losing the traffic game. The numbers are frankly shocking. Even on standard searches, without an AI overview, we've seen a 41% drop in click-through rates. But when Google's AI overview is sitting there, holding that coveted position one spot still, results in a 58% drop in clicks. And it gets even crazier. Internal data from DMG Media, the parent company of the Daily Mail, they actually showed an 89% decrease in click-through rates on queries with AI overviews. It's wild. To really understand how we fix this, we need to look at how incredibly fast things have evolved. We moved so fast from the mid-90s traditional SEO, where we were just optimizing for results pages. Then came 2017's AEO, chasing voice search and featured snippets. Fast forward to November 2023, and it was EGO, focusing purely on generative AI citations. But your audience isn't just hanging out in one single place anymore. Look at May 2025, bringing us HEO, visibility everywhere. You simply can't optimize for just one piece of this timeline anymore, especially when ChatGPT alone boasts 900 million weekly active users in 2026.
Part 3. What exactly is HEO?
So what's the ultimate solution to this whole visibility crisis? Let me introduce you to the unified paradigm, Hybrid Engine Optimization, or HEO. Coined by Jory Ford back at SEO Week 2025, HEO is absolutely your master framework for surviving and really thriving in this AI shift. Basically, it's the practice of optimizing your website so that it continues to rank well on traditional search engines like Google, while simultaneously getting cited and recommended by AI-powered answer engines like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini.
Now, what's really interesting here is how sharply the old keyword chasing era contrasts with our new reality. We are shifting way off from a narrow goal of just getting Google rankings to demanding visibility absolutely everywhere. Instead of just stuffing keywords into a page structure and hoping for the best, HEO demands that we provide direct, clear answers and deeply define our digital entities. And offsite, it's no longer just a rat race for backlinks. It's about earning real brand mentions and citations across the web so that these AI models actually learn to deeply trust you.
Part 4. The 3 HEO pillars. So how does this actually work in practice? Well, HEO isn't about throwing away everything you already know. It's about taking 3 existing methods and tying them into one totally unified workflow. First up, you still need traditional SEO. That's your technical and authoritative foundation. Second, you layer in AEO, answer engine optimization to make sure your content is structured perfectly to win featured snippets and voice search. And finally, you weave in GEO, Generative Engine Optimization, to guarantee your brand is actually being cited inside the responses of AI models. When you combine these three slices, boom, every single piece of content you publish serves all three purposes at exactly the same time.
To make those three pillars actually work together, we have to totally change how we view our websites. We are moving entirely away from isolated standalone pages. Instead, HEO requires you to build what we call a topical graph. Think of your site less like a bunch of files in a cabinet and more like a massive semantic spiderweb of knowledge. You need a highly comprehensive pillar page that links out to really specific, deeply researched cluster pages. This interconnected web essentially trains the AI crawlers that you aren't just briefly writing about a topic. You are the definitive, undisputed source on that topic.
Part 5. The new content playbook.
Knowing the theory is great, right? But how do we actually write for this entirely new ecosystem? So, the crucial point is, write for humans first, structure for machines second. Remember, AI language models like ChatGPT are quite literally trained on natural, conversational human language. If you pump out robotic, keyword-stuffed garbage, it won't just annoy your human readers, it will actually penalize your visibility with the AI tools. They strongly favor content that sounds natural, genuinely helpful, and highly authoritative.
Let's look at how this builds the absolute perfect structural anatomy of a modern web page, the exact kind of format AI crawlers totally crave. Step 1. Start with a direct answer right below your main heading. Just 2 to 4 punchy sentences that perfectly capture the user's intent. Step 2. Give them a quick summary using bullet points, so it's super scannable. Step 3. Dive into your deeper explanations using clear H2 and H3 subheadings, ideally shaped as questions. Step 4. Always try to include a data or comparison table because AI engines rely heavily on structured data. And finally, Step 5. Cap it off with a flat, structured FAQ section. This flow gives the AI a clean, self-contained answer to quote while giving humans the awesome depth they're looking for.
But honestly, you can't just rely on the text anymore. You absolutely must speak the machine's native language. That means using schema markup. Think of this code sitting in the background of your site as a digital ID badge. It formally declares your brand's entities to search bots. In 2026, it is completely non-negotiable to include article schema, FAQ page schema, plus organization and person schema to really cement your author's credibility. Throw in breadcrumb list and how-to schema while you're at it. This tells the AI exactly what it is looking at without it ever having to guess.
Okay, quick pause, because I need to give you an incredibly urgent technical warning here. None of this brilliant content structuring matters at all if the AI can't actually read your site. You'd be shocked how many websites are accidentally blocking AI crawlers like GPTbot, Claudebot, and PerplexityBot right there in their robots.txt file. Please go check yours today. Furthermore, if you want to stay way ahead of the curve, add an lms.txt file to your root directory. It basically acts as a digital welcome mat, explicitly guiding those AI language models straight to your most important content.
Part 6. Measuring the new SEO.
So, if traditional clicks are vanishing into thin air, how on earth do we actually track our success? We have to completely stop obsessing over being position 1 and checking standard click-through rates. Instead, you need to be tracking these totally new KPIs. First, measure your AI overview appearance rate using your modern SEO tools. Next, manually check for brand mentions in LLMs. Literally go into ChatGPT or Perplexity, ask them about your niche, and see if your brand gets recommended. Watch for branded search volume growth in your Search Console too, because as AI cites you more, real humans are going to search for your name directly. And finally, check your Google Analytics 4 for direct AI referral traffic from sources like ChatGPT.com.
Which leaves us with this massive critical thought to really ponder as we wrap up today's explainer. Are you building links, or are you building authority? Look, in the 2026 landscape of hybrid engine optimization, the old tricks just aren't going to save you. AI engines don't just count up your links, they weigh your brand's total digital footprint, your entity presence, and your genuine topical expertise. Building durable, completely AI-proof authority is literally the only path forward. So, take these blueprints, go audit your sites, and let's start building for the future of search today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.